Welcome back. Welcome to Marble World. Yes, we are playing Marble World today. You may not know what that is, so I'm going to explain it to you briefly. And so, basically, I've been playing this game for a little while now, like a few months, a bit more than that. So, now we're going to go to the map that I am working on and make sure you like this video and subscribe. If you would like to be a marble in an upcoming video, make sure you comment on this video or another one coming up. So now you can see it is loading right now, and you can see right there it says loading assets, and says so 24 objects. Now this is what it looks like right now. Now you're about to see this look a lot different over the course of this video, and this is only the first episode of this track, so I am going to have other episodes. Now we just changed the paint color here, and now I'm deleting the rocks there because I decided I didn't want them there anymore. And now on the other side, I am going to change the paints in a second. And oops, I think I made a little mistake with the rotation there. Yes, I did. And so now I got it back to where I want it. So I'm about to change the scale there, and you can see the texture is thinned out because of the way I scaled it. Now, I deleted that by accident. I just put it back by pressing undo. Now, I did not mention this already. I'm not sure why. But today I'm going to be making a marble track that goes through a pool. And you can see that I'm about to add I added the checkpoint here. And now I am playing this at a fast speed, 2x speed, I think. So now you can see that it is faster than normal speed, because this would be probably like an hour long if I didn't do this. And yes, it's being sped up kind of a lot here. You can tell. Now I'm having some trouble with the selecting pieces because of those invisible blocks that I put down. And you can see that is going faster than it normally is. The timer there that I'm using. I'm about to paint this track here. And oops, made a bit of a mistake there. Happened again. Yeah, the invisible blocks can be kind of annoying sometimes, and you see there, looks like I immediately changed my mind about the paint colors, even though I just chose it a second earlier, and you see that right now we do have some painting going on. That's what I'm doing here, and this is gonna be really cool here once you see the finished product. I have already been speeding this up for a few minutes now. I think like 2 minutes, I think, maybe like 3. But it was just too slow at normal speed, and the video would just be too long. So I decided to speed this up. And I was already going to do this when I recorded it. So this track has a theme. This is supposed to be a summer track here. And as you can see, I'm grabbing everything here, selecting everything on the map, and I'm moving it up. Yes, I'm moving it upward. So as you can see, I went to the home spot so I could plan accurately for where I want that to be. And they're having a bit of trouble with the rotation tool there. And now I move that. This part would be too long if I just put music over this. So what happened? So I am right now just moving stuff around, undoing and redoing all that fun stuff. Now, I didn't need that, so I deleted it, and that I'm going to put it at the right spot there. Right rotation. Move it down a bit so you can see the track. Now, this video is the objective once again is to make a pool track. Now, this is gonna get different, very different. This, you may not even recognize this by the end of the video. And this is only part 1. So, I am going to put that there. Make sure you stick around to the end of the video so you can see the finished product of what I am working on right here. And this is very cool here. I mean, it's already cool, actually. The finished product's gonna be even more cool. So, here we go. This is at high speed so that this plays pretty fast. And you can see I'm about to I added a booster. Well, I'm about to add a booster. Now, I don't want it up in the clouds. So, I'm gonna put it at that. No, not 1. Or yes, I am gonna put it at 1. Speed, move it down, move it over. Now I am gonna paint that to make it look better because it looks horrible right now with the way it was. Checkpoint, and now I paint it invisible, and you can see here I only need a finish line to do a race on this, but that's not what we are doing today. Now you can see that just laying down a few track pieces there. I'm still trying to figure out the rotation for this, but I end up here deciding to rotate the track so that it matches. And you do see I'm gonna paint this up here. So now I did almost close out the world by accident here, and you can see that I put down a bit of a floor there. Now you will see why I did that pretty soon, but right now you may not understand why. So, you can see that this is coming along. It looks a lot different from what it looked like in the beginning here. Now you can see I'm adding a side wall. And again, you're probably not going to know why I put this here. But once again, you'll figure out soon enough. In case you don't already know what it's going to be for. Now, you can see I already did that. I'm having a bit of trouble with the scale tool here. But you can see there it is. Trying to figure out the just right scale for that, and still haven't gotten it yet. And I think I did find it there. So, yes, this is about to be really cool here, but first I'm adding more sidewalls. There's one there. I'm going to move that up a bit. Nah, deciding against it. So now I select all of it and move it upwards. And for the home, you can see that I put it, that it's right there, and that's gonna actually be part of the track. Well, not exactly, but you're gonna see what I do with that, where the home spot is. You see, deciding against the other side wall. Now putting one there, I put another one. This one's really big. Here, it doesn't need to be that big, but I do end up doing it for a reason. And I'm not sure why I made it that big, but there it is. I move it there, and that's the right spot. Now, because you can see where it's scaled down to, it looks kind of ridiculous, but now I move another sidewall there, and now this is where it's gonna get really cool. I'm pausing it there to build up some suspense. And here it is. This is why I have all these side walls and that bottom there. Yup, it's so I can make a pool. You can see the scale tools for me. I'm having a bit of trouble with it, so I decided to use the properties bar. And you see they're trying to figure out once again the right spot for it, and it's too big there. And yeah, this is a bit too big now, but there is a gap that doesn't need to be there. And yeah, see, pool is right there now, and looks like it's a bit too tall. So I am going to fix that here. And but before I do that, I'm gonna do something really cool here. You see I have a sign, you probably have no clue why. It says press E 9 times Q. Nope. Sides against it. Now that I'm gonna move over so that it's where I want it to be. Now you can see that that is scaled down a bit so it's not too tall. Looks like, yeah. And the number of times I just changed to make it 10. And I'm not sure that you know this, but it took me a lot longer than this much time to get all of this done. I did have to speed this up, like I've already said, maybe not a million times, but a lot of times. Maybe not a lot of times either, maybe more like just like 2 or 3 times. You know? So, I am scaling that up. And now I reduce the font size, or the text size actually. It's what it says there. So I'm gonna move it over to the wall, and it's not in the right place. Way too far up. Now this part is going to take a long time to get it figured out in just the right spot. So I'm deciding against 34, I make it 43. Now, these directions, if you see it, it might be tough. And guess what? I am going to put this map on the Steam Workshop once it's done. And if you're not sure what the Steam Workshop is in Marble World, you can use it to share your marble tracks with people. So I am gonna put this on here when I am done with it. It's gonna be really cool. Yes, the finished product will be really cool. Not gonna spoil anything yet, though. Obviously. And I just moved that way too far down. Moving it back up a little bit. Making the text size even smaller. And you can see that I'm trying to figure out the right spot for this, like I have been for kind of a while now. Maybe even like, yeah, probably for like 2, 3, 4 minutes, maybe even 5. I don't know exactly. I'm not timing this, but this is gonna take a couple of episodes to complete. And I am gonna do a few things in between episodes, which I will recap what I did between episodes, but in the next episode, you will see that once I'm ready to do that. And you see, I finally got this in the right spot. You know, it's kind of tough, but I managed to get it in the right spot. And would you look at this? The water isn't tall enough. Well, that's gonna need to be fixed. And another thing will need to be fixed too. You may not see it yet. Actually, 2 more things. 3. 3 more things need to be fixed now. So, no, 4 is what it ends up needing to be. This is crazy. You can see I am doing it the opposite way. And instead of doing the E first, I'm doing the A first. So, you can see this has already been like 20 minutes. And Oops, it looks like I did make a mistake there. Fixed it though. So, there we go. And that's one of the problems I was talking about. I'm not sure if I'm gonna fix it now or later. Is right there. Oh, I just fixed it. That wasn't painted. So now another problem is that the water is not far enough. It's figuring out where to put it, and looks like I did figure it out. So now I add a checkpoint there, and we're back to normal speed now. So here we are. I've been working on this for probably like a half hour. I'm not sure how much, but this is what I have so far. You just saw it, and I was commentating it too. So you can see there are still some things I did not fix, like that. And that was a quick fix. I just put it right there. And now, you see, that's the sign that I made. And right there, that's what you're supposed to do when you see that sign. And you can see I am moving up more than I need to, and now you can see that's the marble spawn there on the invisible marble spawner. And they merged on an invisible merge piece. You can see there, I should have recapped this earlier, but the marbles hit invisible an invisible booster, which sends them into a life buoy that I made myself. So, you can see I am pausing the physics right now. So, I'm going into decorations, special, and a booster is what I need here. Rotating it. And it's at the right spot now. So, yeah. And I am editing the boost strength down to 1. And I'm showing the invisibility paint mode. And because I painted some stuff invisible that I did not want to. And, whoops, I am doing something that I don't want to. Now, I did undo that. Copy and pasting another booster now. You can see. And I'm gonna copy and paste it again to put it into place because the marbles don't really have enough speed. Now, I moved that again. Now, to test, it says that right on the screen there. And I am going to start the physics any second now. Still editing a few things. Now, I am moving that over a bit. To get that in the right spot. Still haven't started it yet, but this time I think I actually will any sec. So, yeah. There we are. Now I'm gonna start it. Oh my, this is running but this is running so badly. Yeah. Respawning in the marbles. See that there? And they just fall into the empty pool. Yeah, and then that's the life buoy right there. It gets really crowded. I don't think that I explained how I made the life buoy. So how I did it was I took some tubes, I scaled them down and painted them to look like a life buoy, and then I used a funnel to make it so that the marbles can actually pass through it. And playing around with some invisible walls to see where to put them. And now I accidentally almost exited the world, so now I am going to, in a second, I'm gonna cut out and I'll show you what I've got when I'm back. So here we are. You can see that I did add some stuff here. I I did add something over here. I put a camera position block right there and an invisible trigger. Now they are linked together in linking mode, which you can see up at the top. And with the camera positions, I chose that position, which I created myself. And you can see I also put a diving board here, and there's something there that's supposed to be sand, but it's actually the wood paint. And I will spawn the marbles any second here. And as you can see, there is a invisible trigger there and an invisible deleter. So what happens is whenever the marble goes through the invisible trigger, it will spawn a marble due to logic, and then it'll get deleted by the marble deleter. You can see it happening in action there. And if you look at the marble counter up at the top corner there, you're going to see it goes quickly to 2 and then right back to 1. And I did delete the marbles there, so that's why it went to 0. And yeah, so let's